I've been wondering for years why Trump is obsessed with Barack Obama. So I decided to do some research on narcissistic obsession to understand what's actually going on here. Trump has tried to reverse every Obama policy he could find, even when those policies were working. He spent years claiming Obama was not born in America with zero evidence. He tried to erase Obama's name from government websites and official records. And every time Trump speaks, he brings up Barack Obama. He literally can't keep Obama's name out of his mouth. Why is Trump so obsessed with Barack Obama? I had to find out. Here are the 5 psychological reasons Trump is absolutely obsessed with Barack Obama. 1. The mirror. Trump cannot stop comparing himself to Obama. At rallies, in interviews, on social media, Trump brings up Obama's name in every press conference, even when Obama has nothing to do with that press conference. He can't help himself. He is absolutely obsessed with Obama. Heinz Kohut at the University of Chicago spent his career studying what happens when a person's sense of self is confronted with someone who has everything they believe they deserve but cannot attain themselves. He found that for people who built their identity around a false sense of superiority while encountering someone genuinely superior produces a specific and devastating kind of pain. Psychologists call this narcissistic injury. Narcissistic injury is a specific psychological wound a person experiences when confronted with someone who has the qualities, achievements, and admiration they believe they should have. Obama is self-made. Trump inherited everything from his father. Obama is respected across party lines. Trump is defended only by people who need him. Obama speaks in full sentences about complex ideas. Trump clearly cannot speak in full sentences, and he has no idea about complex ideas. Obama is calm, contained, and at peace with himself in a way that no amount of money or power can manufacture. Every time Trump sees Obama, he sees the proof of everything he is not. He doesn't hate Obama. Trump experiences the most painful thing a narcissist can experience, a mirror that shows him the truth, that they are weak and the person they envy is strong. 2. Envy. Trump does not just want to beat Obama. He wants to be Obama. Roy Baumeister at Florida State University spent decades studying what happens when people with inflated, fragile self-esteem encounter someone who possesses what they believe they deserve. He found that the response was not admiration, and it was not motivation to improve. It was rage. Baumeister called this threatened egotism. Threatened egotism is when a person's fragile self-image is destabilized by someone who possesses what they believe should be theirs, and their brain responds with hostility and aggression rather than self-reflection. Trump wanted the Nobel Peace Prize. Obama won a Nobel Peace Prize. Trump wanted to be considered intelligent. Obama taught constitutional law at the University of Chicago. Trump wanted genuine public love. Obama is loved and respected the world over without even trying. Trump has spent his entire life chasing a version of respect that Obama carries effortlessly. And the chasing makes it worse, because you cannot chase your way into being someone you're not. And somewhere underneath all that noise, Trump knows that. 3. The coward's move. When a narcissist cannot become the person they envy, there's only one thing left. They try to destroy what they can't have. Not because destroying gives them what they want, but because they cannot stand that it exists out of their control. In 2013, psychologist Mitya Bach at the University of Munster published research on how grandiose narcissists respond when admiration-seeking fails. He found that when a narcissist cannot win the admiration they believe they deserve, they shift into a second strategy. Bach called this narcissistic rivalry. Narcissistic rivalry is when a narcissist responds to any perceived status threat by devaluing, attacking, and attempting to destroy the source of the threat rather than compete with it on merit. This is the birther conspiracy. Trump spent years telling the world that Obama was not born in America, not because he believed it, because he needed Obama to be illegitimate. Because if Obama was illegitimate, then everything Obama achieved was fraudulent. And if everything Obama achieved was fraudulent, then Trump did not have to argue with the fact that Obama achieved greatness and Trump did not. When that failed and Obama became loved throughout the world, Trump went after Michelle Obama. He allowed his supporters to mock her appearance and mock her humanity on national television because hurting the people Obama loves is the only move left when you cannot hurt Obama himself. And through all of that, Obama never flinched. Not once. Because a bully needs a reaction. The reaction is proof that the bully has power. When the target does not react, the bully has nothing. Trump has been desperately trying to hurt Obama for 20 years and has failed at it. Obama has never once given him the time of day. That is an immature grammar school bully who can't make the other kid cry and can't figure out why. 4. The trap. Every attempt Trump makes to erase Obama makes the narcissistic wound worse for Trump. Dan Kahan at Yale University published research on what happens when a person's core identity is threatened by something they cannot neutralize through normal means. He found that the brain does not accept defeat. It escalates it. Kahan called this identity protective cognition. It's when a threat to a person's core identity cannot be eliminated through rational means, so the brain constructs increasingly extreme responses in an attempt to destroy the threat. Obama's certificate of birth was released. Trump kept talking about it for years anyway. Trump reversed many of Obama's policies. Yet Obama's approval rating stayed higher than Trump's. Obama's name was removed from websites. Obama published a memoir that sold millions of copies and won awards. And when Obama gave a speech, the entire world paid attention. Every erasure attempt failed, because the thing Trump is trying to erase is not policy or a record or a name on a website. Trump is trying to erase the living proof that genuine dignity, genuine intelligence, and genuine respect cannot be faked, bought, or taken by executive order. Obama exists. He will always exist in our history. Trump cannot escape what Obama's existence proves about himself, that he will never be the man Obama is. That is why Trump can never stop. That is why he will never stop. 5. The scapegoat. Trump has been blaming Obama for 20 years, not just politically, but personally and obsessively. The economy is struggling. Obama's fault. Crime is up. Obama's fault. Foreign policy is a disaster. Obama's fault. Things that have happened over a decade after Obama left office. Things that Obama had nothing to do with. Problems Trump himself caused. In 1954, psychologist Gordon Allport at Harvard University published The Nature of Prejudice. In it, he documented what happens when a person cannot tolerate their own failures and inadequacies. He found that the brain looks for a target outside of itself, someone they can project all of their failures onto, someone who absorbs all of the blame, so that the person doing the blaming never has to face themselves. Allport called this scapegoating. Scapegoating is when a person displaces all of their own failures, inadequacies, and frustrations onto a target who becomes the symbolic cause of everything wrong, protecting the person from having to confront their own responsibility. Trump didn't choose Obama as a scapegoat randomly. He chose the person whose existence already wounds him the most. Because blaming Obama does two things simultaneously. It protects Trump from having to admit his own failures, and it diminishes the man Trump can never be. One move, two psychological needs met. Obama is not just a rival to Trump. Obama is Trump's explanation for everything Trump cannot fix, achieve, or become himself. Trump cannot keep Obama's name out of his mouth. Trump does not hate Barack Obama. He wants to be Barack Obama. He wants the natural dignity, the earned respect, the genuine love of people who do not need anything from him, the calm authority of a man who is completely at peace with who he is. And Trump knows he will never have it. Not with all the money, not with all the power, not with the presidency, because those things cannot be bought, faked, or stolen. And the man who spent his entire life buying, faking, and stealing things knows that better than anyone else. For Trump supporters who wonder why he keeps bringing up Obama's name at rallies that have nothing to do with him, this is not a strategy. This is a man who cannot escape the shadow of someone who is everything he pretends to be. For the rest of us, the obsession explains everything. Every irrational reversal, every unprovoked attack, every rally where a name comes up that has no reason to be there. This is one fragile man watching someone else be everything he will never be, and he is completely powerless to stop it.